circular motion. This is the London Eye. Oops.
兄弟，怎么样？
Some say the gondolas have no velocity.
Fake news.
For fuck's sake. Let's turn this into a simple physics diagram. Velocity has a direction. If we assume to the right is a positive direction of movement, then after 90 degrees, the gondola is traveling at its highest velocity as the displacement is at its highest. After 180 degrees, the gondola is traveling at 0 meters per second as the displacement is 0 meters. After 270 degrees, the gondola is traveling at its lowest velocity as the displacement is negative. After 360 degrees, the gondola is traveling at 0 meters per second as the displacement is 0 meters. OMG, can you see it? It's a sine graph. If you were to calculate speed of the gondola, direction would not matter. To find this, we just find the circumference of the wheel, giving us a distance the gondola has traveled in one full rotation. Now we measure the time taken for the gondola to travel the distance. Now we divide the distance by the time taken to cover one full rotation. This now gives the average speed of the gondola instead of velocity. In physics we do angular velocity. But what is angular velocity, you may ask? Angular velocity is defined as the rate at which an object moving changes angle on a circular path. Using the measurements from earlier, we can calculate angular velocity. All you need to calculate the average angular velocity is the time taken to cover the circumference of the circular path. The time was 30 seconds. Therefore, this gives us an average angular velocity of 0.21 radians per second.
Sir, what's up with radians? Why not degrees?
Great question, Jimmy. 360 is a bit of an inconvenient and unrelated number when describing a circle, so we use a property found in all circles. Pi. In fact, 2 pi. This is because 2 pi is what you need to find the circumference, therefore it has become the SI unit for angles. Given that 2 pi radians is 360 degrees, we can use this formula to convert between radians and degrees. Therefore, degree multiply pi is equal to 180 multiply radians. Just rearrange to calculate what you want. A wise man once said,
"An object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an external force."
Thanks, Isaac.
May the force be with you.
Okay. If the force wasn't there, the object will accelerate in a tangent from the circular path. To keep the force in the circular path, we need a force to the center of the circular path. We call this centripetal force. It can come in the form of friction, gravity, or tension. The acceleration from this centripetal force can be found by using acceleration is equal to velocity squared divided by the radius. The centripetal force can be found by using force is equal to mass multiplied by velocity squared divided by the radius. That covers the key concepts of circular motion, but who cares about it? It's not really important anyway. You never interact with this stuff.